college admissions. With those two words, I've struck fear into the hearts of everyone in here who has a teenager, including, I will note, my own mother, who's got my sister going through the process right now. But I actually want to tell you a story about the other side of the college admissions process. So when I was a student at the University of Chicago, I worked in the admissions office. And UChicago, you may not know, is affectionately known as where fun comes to die, which makes it a sales job only slightly easier than encyclopedias, I'm guessing. Now, when you work in college admissions, it's the fastest way to wonder how you ever possibly got into college, right? You see these application materials come in, and you've got these kids who write these letters explaining how, as high school students, they invented a new field of mathematics that has all these applications for medicine. And you sit there like, I got an A in AP Calc, like that seemed kind of good at the time. Or there's my all-time favorite applicant who in his folder of application materials included a packet of fruit snacks with a note that said, please enjoy these fruit snacks as you review my application. Now this poor sucker actually thought the fruit snacks were gonna make it through the hands of all of the student employees and up to the admissions officer who actually makes the decision. We definitely ate those fruit snacks, but I hope he got in anyway. I mean, it seems like the least he could hope for. But of course, the best part of working in the admissions office, and also the hardest part, is giving tours of campus. So when I was a senior in college, I got an email that said that they were looking for students who spoke French because there was a group of French students coming to look at the campus and they needed someone to show them around. Now I was fresh off a year of studying abroad in Paris. I had passed all of my classes in French, so I was feeling pretty good. Like, I don't want to throw around the word fluent, but I think I can handle this. So I volunteered straight away and found myself a few days later in front of a group of 40 French students ready to take them on a tour. Now I've been like looking up different little French phrases to talk about the campus. I had these grand visions of, showing them around and being really cool and charming, and we'd talk about music and we'd all get along great at the end of it. But I should have known pretty early on that things were going to go awry when their chaperone came up to me and said at the beginning, oh, you can just speak English. It's good for them to practice. I'm like, all right, well, I was kind of excited to see how I could do with the French tour, but maybe that makes more sense. So we set off from the admissions office, walking backwards, as is, of course, the most important thing that you learn when you start doing tours. I'm giving the history of the school. University of Chicago was founded in 1892, getting into my spiel, and the whole group has come to a complete stop. And one of the French girls goes, mais regarde l'écureuil, il est trop mignon! And they all gather around a squirrel. 40 kids, all taking pictures of the squirrel. So, okay, that's fine. So I give them a minute to experience the wildlife of Chicago. And we start on again. And we have to stop because, mais regarde, il y a un autre. Yeah, there's a lot of squirrels. In fact, UChicago sells t-shirts that say, the University of Chicago, where the squirrels are cuter than the women. Or, if you prefer, the University of Chicago, where the squirrels are more aggressive than the guys. We're equal opportunity here. But I'm starting to realize that this tour is going to be a bit of a struggle if we have to stop for each and every squirrel that we encounter along the way. But we did. And so we finally make it to the next building, where I'm getting set to go on and tell them more about the university, and they all sit down all over the courtyard. Now this is unusual, right? I'm used to a group of juniors and seniors in high school who are, sort of geeky and very earnest, and they all want to show me how interested they are, so they're crowding around and paying attention. These kids could not possibly be less interested. It's a group of French freshmen and sophomores who are just there touring the city of Chicago. They're not there to look at the college at all. So they're having conversations and they're looking at their phones, and I'm trying desperately to engage my audience like a good tour guide. And so as I'm going on about the big carnival we hold and the concert that we have right in this spot, I decide the only thing to do is to go back to the language that they know. And so, without any warning, I just start dropping French words into my description. Un grand concert! Well, they all look at me, but I didn't really have any follow-up after that. So I'm just sort of this American curiosity shouting at them in French. We round them up. We move them to the next building, slowly, incredibly slowly. And they all sit down again, all over the stairs up to the dining hall. Well, now the regular students are giving me nasty looks like I can't control my tour group, and I'm trying to tell them, you don't need to sit, we're just gonna be here a minute, but it's just so much, they just have to sit. See, I'm also running into trouble at this point because your usual college tour, and I don't just mean at UChicago, I mean anywhere, covers about 4 things. The classes are great, the professors are so friendly and accessible, the food is surprisingly good, and I've never felt unsafe on campus, right? That's college tour guide bingo. Take it with you. But now, what I'm finding myself having to do is just tell all of the crazy anecdotes about the campus. And the problem with telling crazy anecdotes is you run into 3 different issues. First, some of them are just totally false. We had this line about how when we built our new library, it'd be bigger than the Library of Congress. That's insane. We were off by like several million volumes, but we said it anyway. Then there's the dubious ones, right? One of the buildings supposedly was designed so that the windows would look like gun turrets so that the academics could shoot at the people coming to steal their research when the revolution came. Maybe. And then there's just the unpopular. Like the fact that there's a statue on campus that casts a shadow of a hammer and sickle because the artist wanted to make a point to the economics department. And the econ department doesn't like that story so much. So this whole tour goes on, me dragging them place to place. At a certain point, they asked us to stop and rest, and I thought we'd been doing that the whole time. And this is crazy because your usual parent is desperately trying to get to their next stop very quickly, and they get back and they say, you told us this was a 1-hour walking tour of campus. It went 1 hour and 5 minutes, and now we'll never make it to Northwestern. And we have to pretend like we think it's bad that you won't make it to Northwestern. But 2+ hours later, I finally bring this group of French students back to the admissions office and send them on their way, terrified to see what kind of reviews their crazy, occasional French shouting tour guide got. When I finally got the card back to see what had been written, it's a fantastic, fantastic tour. We loved the squirrels. Guess this isn't so hard after all.